Hello friends, it's Brianna again and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my May TBR. I have a lot of books on my list that I'm really excited to get to and a lot of book clubs that I'm going to be mentioning in this video that I'm really excited to share with you guys, so let's get started. The first book that I have on my May TBR is The Times I Knew I Was Gay by Eleanor. This was described to me as a very fun, heartwarming coming-of-age novel about someone coming to terms with their queerness, and I love that idea. This was purchased for me by my friend Aislinn, Peach and Ace. I will link her stuff down below. It is a graphic novel. The art looks super cute, and I think that I will find this story very relatable and it'll resonate with me a lot, and I've seen a lot of people give it 4 or 5 stars, so I'm really excited to get to this one. I think it'll be a nice comfort read in between some of the heavier fantasy books that I have on my TBR for May as well. Next up, I have Shuri, a Black Panther novel by Nick Stone. This is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but in novel form, so this is going to follow the Princess of Wakanda, Shuri. The plant that gives the Black Panther his power is currently dying in Wakanda, and nothing anyone can do is reviving it, and it's up to Shuri, the princess, to go on a journey to figure out why this plant is dying, how to revive it, and how to save her people and her country. This is something that I'm very much looking forward to reading because I loved the Black Panther movie. I loved Shuri as a character. She's a genius, she's so funny, she's super smart, and I think that I will really love reading a middle grade novel again because middle grade is just a great genre, and especially with the character that I've already loved so much in movies, I think reading it in print will be a new experience and fun, and I love that the story will focus on her, so I'm excited about this one as well. The third book I have on my TBR is Sweet Bean Paste by Durian Sukegawa. This is a novel that was highly recommended to me after I gave 5 stars to the Traveling Cat Chronicles, and I had requested suggestions for more Japanese literature to check out. Sweet Bean Paste was recommended to me, and it follows the story of our main character Sentaro. He has a criminal record, he drinks too much, and all of his dreams of becoming a writer are down the drain. He works every day at a confectionery shop, and one day he meets an elderly woman who makes the best sweet bean paste he's ever tasted. The two of them strike up an unlikely friendship, and through this time of love and loneliness, his dark secrets come out, and you get to see his journey as he becomes friends with this elderly woman and how they change each other's lives. And I was told it's very bittersweet, melancholy in that way that Japanese literature seems to be, and the cover is gorgeous. I think that this will be a sweet read that will make me cry, and because I was told by many people who suggested it to me that it will make me cry, so I'm looking forward to it. I love a good crying from novels, and just look how pretty this book cover is, so I just think this is going to be a lovely story and I can't wait to check it out. The next book that I have is another queer coming-of-age graphic novel called The Magic Fish by Nguyen. This follows the story of our main character Durian, who's a young Vietnamese boy trying to figure out how to come out to his parents when there is a big language and cultural barrier between them, and he decides the best way to go about this is by using the shared language that they have, which is the language of fairy tales. A lot of my friends have given this 4 and 5 stars. I've heard that it has really sweet, heartwarming retellings of classic fairy tales through the lens of a queer Vietnamese boy, and I think that I'm going to enjoy this immensely. The art, of course, looks amazing, and this was also a bestseller at my local bookstore, Eastern Books of Berkeley. If you guys want to support an Asian-owned bookstore, I will leave their link down below. So I'm really excited about this one. I saw it in the display case so many times, and I finally picked it up, so I'm very much looking forward to this one as well. All right, so the next 4 books I'm going to be talking about are all 4 book clubs. I will link all of the book club Discord servers down below and their Instagrams if that's their main form of communication, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys about them because there are some great book clubs that I am going to be featuring, and I am going to be co-hosting some of the live discussions, so let's get started. The first book club I wanted to talk about today is Subtle Asian Book Club, co-hosted by my friends Tiffany at Read by Tiffany and Alexandra at Twirling Pages. You guys have probably heard me talk about SABC often because I have co-hosted a couple of live discussions with them before, and I will also be the co-host for their discussion of The Mountains Sing by Nguyen this April 25th. I will leave everything down below. Please join their book club, support them if you can. They're doing great work to boost the voices of Asian authors, so I can't say more about how much I love the girls and how much I love their book club. And for May, they are going to be reading The Stationery Shop by Marjan and Kamali, which I'm super excited for. I have been hounding both of them to pick this for the book club for months because I really want to read it, but I heard it's a really emotional book and I didn't want to go through that painful journey alone. And now that it's a May pick, I have the full support of the book club behind me when I inevitably burst into tears over this novel, so I can't wait for everyone to read it together. The Stationery Shop is a historical romance with two opposing timelines, one set in 1953 Tehran and the other set in modern-day Massachusetts. It follows the story of our two main characters, Roya and Bamen. Both of them fall in love in 1953 as teenagers, but the day before their wedding, a coup d'etat occurs and Bamen never shows up to their wedding and Roya loses touch with him for weeks. After long years of trying to get back connected to him and having no success, she decides to resign herself to moving on and starting a new life in Massachusetts in the United States and marrying another man. 60 years after those initial events, she finds herself reunited with her first love in an assisted living facility in Massachusetts, and you get to just see the whole timelines merge together. You get to watch their journey of falling in love, growing apart because of the events in Tehran in 1953 and the political upheaval, and it's just something that I'm really much looking forward to. I haven't read that much adult romance, and this is a historical romance. Marjan Kamali herself describes it as an epic love story, so I can't wait. Definitely check this book out if you can and support SABC. I will leave all the links down below. The next book I have is A Wish in the Dark by Christina Soontornvat. This was a pick for my own book club, Milky Books, on my Discord server. If you guys want to join, I'll leave the link down below. This is a middle grade fantasy in a Thai-inspired fantasy world, recommended to me by my friend May from Forever and Everly. She's been talking about it forever, and I'm finally getting around to it. May, please be proud of me. It's our May book club pick. This is a story that follows our two main characters, Pong and Nok. Pong is a boy who is born and raised in a prison, and one day when he finally escapes, he finds that the world outside of his prison cell is not as free and just as he imagined it to be. Nok is the prison warden's daughter who has been tasked with going out to recapture the escaped fugitive Pong, and as she goes around the city to try to find him, she also discovers a lot of things that make her question her worldview, and I'm really excited about it. I haven't read that many Thai-inspired fantasy novels. I haven't read that many Thai novels in general, so I'm very much looking forward to this one. Thank you to May for the recommendation. She gave it 5 stars, and I'm sure I will too. So definitely join us to read A Wish in the Dark if you're interested. I'll leave my Discord server link down below. The third book club I want to talk about today is another one that I run. I co-host the Magical Girl Society with my friend Monica Kim, whose links I will leave down below in the description. The two of us run the Magical Girl Society, which is a book club and anime club where we celebrate fantasy stories with powerful women. The book club pick for May is going to be Black Sun by Roanhoarse. We ran a poll on our Discord server a couple of days ago, and this came out on top, along with 2 other books that are going to be our picks for June and July. You'll find those out if you follow our Discord. I'm really excited to read this one. I actually have almost no idea what this is about. This was one of those books that I picked up solely because all of my friends online were raving about it. Everyone I know had been giving this 4 or 5 stars, quoting it on Twitter incessantly. I haven't stopped hearing about how amazing this book was since it came out, and since people were reading arcs of it even, so I knew I had to get this for myself. And when I was talking to Monica about potential picks for the future, I definitely put Black Sun on the list because I wanted to read it, and it looks like everyone in the club wanted to read it as well. What I do know is it is a sweeping epic fantasy inspired by indigenous cultures in the Americas. I think this inside book, it says inspired by the civilizations of the pre-Columbian Americas. So I definitely want to support more work by indigenous authors, more indigenous stories. So this is one that I really wanted to pick up. Also, I heard that there's really great queer representation in this novel as well. There are non-binary characters who use neo-pronouns, and bisexual characters, from what I've heard, and I can't wait to read that as well. Of course, the story itself, people have been lauding this story for a long time, and I know it's going to be a series. I need to catch up. I need to be ready. I need to know what everyone's talking about on Twitter when they quote this book and put crying emojis, so I can't wait to find out what the hype has been all about. So join us with the Magical Girl Society to read Black Sun for May if you're interested. The final book/book club I wanted to talk to you guys about today is my friend Chanelle at Chanelle Times Book Club, the Krusty Club. I have been invited to be one of the co-hosts for her May live discussion, in which we will be reading and talking about Everything I Never Told You by Celeste. I'm really happy that Chanelle picked this for her book club, and I'm really happy that she picked me to be one of the co-hosts. I am honored and excited because I've never read a Celeste novel before, and a lot of people have cited her works to be some of their favorites, and they really love her writing style. I'm sure I will too. This is a literary fiction novel that follows the story of the Lees, They are a Chinese American family living in small town Ohio in the 1970s, and one day when their daughter Lydia is found dead and her body is found in a lake, it leaves the two parents, James and Marilyn, reeling, and their lives fall into chaos. It is a look into family, into love, into secrets, and it re-examines the relationship that we have with one another. I can't wait to check it out. It looks like a pretty short book and a fast read, and I'm sure I'm going to have a great time, and I can't wait to discuss it with everyone in Chanelle's book club live discussion, so I will leave all her links down below as well. And that is my TBR for May. Let me know if there are any books on your guys' TBRs for next month, and please do support all the book clubs I mentioned, especially the ones that I'm a part of. I can't wait to talk to you guys again. I am excited to read all these books and hopefully get them all finished in time for the live discussions that I'm a part of, because I am notorious for reading them at the very last second. So everyone, fingers crossed that I get that done. I hope you guys are doing well. I love you very much, and I will see you again next time. Bye!